was great. I'm going to look forward to listening to all that again. Probably everyone says this to you, but do I have any connection to you, Aridif, or to Treb, or your society?
Yes, there are many connections in which you carry within yourself that connects yourself to myself and to Treb Bor Yit NE. Understanding that in your oversoul there are connections to both our races. Now, in those connections, the way that you connect is varying. There are many probabilities in which you exist as what you perceive as a probable future incarnation as both a Yit and a Denebian entity. On both of those levels, feeling a resonance with our energy helps allow you to burrow more through your oversoul to find the fractal consciousness which is most fitting to your vibration. But if you are speaking of a more direct connection, there are many of these also. Treb Bor Yit NE's race is not connected with humans upon the same level in which they are now. They were always aware of humans, they were always aware of their ancestors, but never interacted most directly as they are in this specific timeline with the specific entity that Treb Bor Yit NE would call the host. And in Rob's connection to Treb Bor Yit NE, this has brought forward a connection, but if you are looking at your lifespan, if you are looking at your timeline, and you are removing linear time fashion, then in one of your future incarnations, you can look backwards in order to find yourself as a probability of connecting to Treb Bor Yit NE's race. So what we are saying is, one probable future incarnation of yours represents a past incarnation, which then is a Yit in your perspective. Now, if you are looking at the direct nature of yourself connected with my race, there are many entities within my race that have visited Earth, that have connected to Earth when you, as a human race, were into your, perhaps some call prehistorical or early historic periods of your Earth experience, and in that specific timeline, you were within the vicinity of two entities within my own race. These were not me directly, but these entities are a part of my collective, therefore my energy rings through them as theirs rings through me. And in that connection, when you are around these entities, not with physical eyes, not with a proximity of energetic connection, but just an awareness of the energy and understanding that the entities were visiting and hearing stories from those who were most directly connecting to them, you felt the vibration reverberate throughout the entirety of yourself. When you were connecting with the concept of one or more of our race members coming down and connecting, whether it was together the two or separately, the both of them, when you were connecting to that concept, there was always a greater awareness within you. For instance, if one of them were to land within a 20-mile radius of you, and the other were to land within a 5-mile radius of you, on the same time period, you would have an awareness that both were there. It was not a conscious awareness that expresses, I understand this entity is here, this entity is there. It is a more understanding vibrationally that the entities in which are being connected to are near. I can feel their presence and feel their energy throughout my own consciousness. And that was your perception, that was your feeling, and that was your connection in present times pushed backwards.
So can you like say the strongest connection I have in Treb society and the strongest connection I have with being in your society, can you actually like get their names so I can use them as a symbol to call upon them and maybe
yes,
channel
when
them?
you are looking at the concept of Treb Bor Yit NE's race, as you are aware, there are no names, just as there are no names within our own race that are given at birth, but there are vibrational understandings. And in the specific vibrational understanding, an entity who has already made themselves known to the Earth Collective in Treb Bor Yit NE's race, named Treb Bor Yit NE, is one who was what you're perceiving as your future life's past incarnation. And when you are looking into that concept, when you are looking into that specific energetic connection, you will find more information and ideals. Now, when you are looking into the connection that you share with my race, there is an entity that you would perceive to be female in nature, an entity who is known well by myself as well as the rest of our collective, who is very highly connected to Earth. This entity made contact with Earth entities, but did not use her physical appearance. Understand that when I had visited your planet tens of thousands of years ago within your time history, 7,000 years ago, 12,000 years, I had used multiple presences. I had manifested my own self down into your Earth collective looking exactly as my physical appearance is to my own race today. I have also used other physical containers in which I was able to break down my consciousness into third density. Now, when you are looking at that, you are seeing me as who you see me as today, and you are also seeing me as I am not in this vibration, more so looking towards the human alignment, looking as if I were a human in nature. Now, all of my times in interacting, I have shifted either to my own look or to another look. This female entity has come to your planet as a male entity. It was one who is physically connected to the concept of a dark-skinned man who is average in height and who was a great teacher. This entity interacted with many entities within your own time period that you would perceive as the turn of AD to BC, or BC to AD. In the time in which your history represents that Jesus Christ was born and Jesus Christ was alive, this certain area is where this entity manifested several times in several locations. This entity is the one who you are most connected to in our race. There are many names in which this representation comes from. There were some that were more oriented in the Hebrew, Greek, and perhaps Arabic names. There was Shalahi. There was also one that was represented as Isaiah. There's also one that is represented as Aaron. There was also a name that is represented as Ishmael. All of these names and energies accompany this great energy and the manifestation that comes forward.